Good morning, student. Here we are learning chapter number 10, circles, and it is part number 2. Now let in this part we are going to take some property of tangents. Now let we are going to find the number of tangent from a point on a circle. Let me try to draw the tangent from any point. It may be inside or on the circle and or outside the circle. So let we try to draw that how many tangent can we draw by a point from a point to a circle. So let for that we consider first we consider one point inside the circle. So let here you can see that if we take any point inside the circle, then we cannot draw any tangent on the circle. So if we put any point, if we take any point inside the circle, then we cannot draw any tangent inside on the circle, because we know that the tangent intersect the circle at only one point. The tangent intersect at the circle at only one point, but this is not possible. So let if the point given inside the circle, then we cannot find any tangent to a circle. Now let we take point on circle, then easily we know that we can find one tangent. We know that on the on the circle, if we take any point, then we know that there is only one and only one tangent passing through this point. And if we take any point outside the circle, if we take point outside the circle, so here we find two tangent, pt1 and pt2. Here we find two tangents, pt1 and pt2. So from outside we can draw two tangent on a circle. So let we consider here three facts that case 1, that is there is no tangent to a circle passing through a point lying inside the circle, as a in figure 1. Case 2, that is there is one and only one tangent to a circle passing through a point lying on the circle. And third case, that is there are exactly two tangents. There are exactly two tangents to a circle through a point lying outside the circle. So this, by this way we can find if the point given inside the circle, then we cannot find any tangent to a on a circle, and if we take point on a circle, then we can find only one and only one tangent, and we take point outside the circle, then we can find two tangents passing through this point and on the circle. So let by this way here one thing that we note, the length of the segment, the length of the segment of a tangent from the external point P and the point of contact means P2 T1 and P2 T2, and joining contact with the circle is called the length of the tangent. It is called length of the tangent from the point P to the circle. So that we just remember these all things. Now let we prove theorem number 10.2. The length of tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So let we are going to prove that the length of the two tangents, that is PQ and PR, are equal. We are going to prove that PQ and PR are equal. If we draw tangent from the outside any point to a circle, then these two length of these two tangents are equal. So let we prove by we just, you can see that if we draw line segment P2O, so here you can find two triangles. PQR and PRO. And we know that here PQ means tangent and radius are perpendicular to each other. Means this angle Q is of 90 degree. Q is of 90 degree, and as well as R also of 90 degree. So here we are given two right triangle. So by congruence rule, we can prove both the triangle are equal, and after then we can compare PQ and PR, that we can say that PQ and PR are equal. So first we have to prove that PQO and PRO are equal or congruent triangle. So let's prove this. We are given a circle with center O, a point P lying outside the circle, and two tangent PQ and PR on the circle from P. We are required to prove that PQ is equal to PR. Now for this we join OP, OQ and OR. Here we join OP, OQ and OR. Then angle OQP and angle ORP are right angles, because these are angles between the radius and tangents. And according to theorem number 10.1, as we have discussed, they are right angles. Now in right angles, OQP and ORP. OQ is equal to OR, OQ is equal to OR, because radius of the same circle. OP is equal to OP because it is a common side for these two right angle triangle. So that, and it is already right angle. So by the RHS, right angle, hypotenuse and side, right angle, hypotenuse and side. By that theorem, we can say that triangle OQP congruent to triangle ORP. Hence, by that way, by reciprocity rule, we can say that PQ is equal to PR. So, by this way we can prove theorem number 10.2. Just we can find both the triangles are congruent, then we can easily say that all the parts corresponding to each other are equal. Here some things that we are going to note. First, that the theorem can also be proved by the using Pythagoras theorem, as we know that here given two right triangle. So by that way, just we can take PQ square. What will be PQ square is equal to OP square minus OQ square. But OQ is equal to OR. OQ is equal to OR. So we can put in place of OQ, we can put OR. OR square. But OP square minus OR square. OP square minus OR square, it is equal to PR square. So PQ is equal to PR. By this way also we can prove this theorem. Now note also that angle OPQ and angle OPR. OP is the angle bisector of angle QPR, that is the center lies on the bisector of the angle between the two tangents. So by that way we remember that OPQ and OPR are equal, because OP is a bisector of angle QPR. So using this all the properties, let also prove some examples. Here given example number 1. Prove that in two concentric circles, the chord of the large circle which touches the smaller circle is bisected at the point of contact. So here given two concentric circles, and here given one chord of a large circle C1, and it touches this C2 at a point P. So we are going to prove that this OP it is a bisector of AB. For that, let now you can see that AB is a tangent of OP, C2. AB is a tangent of C2 and OP is a radius of C2. So here we can see that AB is perpendicular to OP as by theorem number 10.1. So let we just now and it is OP is also perpendicular for AB on circle C1, and we know that a perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle, it divides a chord into equal parts. So we can easily say that AP is equal to PB, and we can say that OP is a bisector of AB. We are given two concentric circles C1 and C2 with center O and chord AB of the large circle C1 which touches the smaller circle C2 at the point P. We need to prove that AP is equal to PB or BP. Let us join OP. Let us join OP then. AB is a tangent to a C2. As you can see is from the figure at P, and OP is its radius. OP is its radius. Therefore, by theorem number 10.1, OP is perpendicular to AB, as we know that. So, now AB is a chord of circle C1 and OP is perpendicular to AB. Therefore, OP is the bisector of the chord AB as the perpendicular from the center bisects the chord. Hence, we can say that AP is equal to PB or BP. So, by this way we can prove such examples. Now, let take example number 3. Given that, as you can see in the figure, PQ is a chord of length 8 cm of a circle of radius 5 cm. PQ is a chord. It is a chord of the circle with radius 5 cm. The tangent at P and Q. If we take any point Q outside this circle, then we can draw two tangent P and Q. Intersect a point T. Find the length TP. We want to find this TP. Now here you can see that if we draw one bisector or we join TO or OT, we join OT. Then as we know that OT is perpendicular to PQ. OT is perpendicular to PQ. So here PRO is a right triangle and PRT, it is also right triangle. So by using the similarity rules, if we say that both the triangles are similar to each other, then we can easily, by comparing the sides, we can find the side of TP. So if we say that angle PTR and angle OPR equal, and here already given that this angle PRT and PRO are right angle triangle, so we can easily prove that both the angles are equal, and hence this alternatively this angle TPR and POR will be equal. So both the triangles are equal in similarity. So by that way we can just find TP. First, we know that OT is a bisector of PQ. Then it is its length is 8 cm. Then PR is 4 cm. Solution: joint OT. Let it intersect PQ at point R. Then triangle TPQ, this triangle is isosceles, and TPQ, this triangle is isosceles and TO is the angle bisector of PTQ. We know that it is a isosceles triangle TPO, and then TO will be the bisector of angle PTQ. So OT perpendicular to PQ, and therefore OT bisect PQ, which gives PR is equal to RQ, which is equal to 4 centimeter. Now we can find OR because PR is 4 centimeter, PO is a 5 centimeter, and PRO is a right triangle. So we can easily find using the Pythagoras theorem OR. So OR is equal to square root of OP square plus minus PR square. OP square minus PR square, which is equal to square root of 5 square minus 4 square, which is equal to 3 centimeter. Now in this triangle PRO we have all the sides. Now just we prove that this is similar to this triangle. By that way, we taking the ratio, we can find AA, by the AA rule we can find this triangle. Now angle TPR plus angle RPO is equal to 90, and we know that PTR and RPO are equal. PTR and RPO are equal, so we can put in the place of RPO into plus PTR. So we can easily say that RPO is equal to angle PTR. RPO is equal to angle PTR. Therefore, right triangle TRP is similar to the right triangle PRO by a similarity. So by that way, TP over PO, TP over PO, and RP over RO. So TP over PO is given 5, RP is given 4, and RO is given 3. Hence we can find TP is equal to 20 upon 3 centimeter. So let by this way we can prove such example using the properties of tangents. Now let one more example, or we can also prove this example in another way, that is TP can also be found by using Pythagoras theorem as following. Let TP is equal to x and TR is equal to y. Let you can consider TP is equal to x and TR is equal to y. In triangle PRT, we can find x square is equal to y square plus 16, and in triangle OPT, we can take x square plus 5 square is equal to y plus 3 all square. So now subtracting equation 1 from 2, we get 25 is equal to 6y minus y, or y is equal to 32 over 6, which is equal to 16 over 3. Hence we put the value in the any one of equation, we can find x square is equal to 16 upon 3 y square plus 16 by 9, 16 plus 9, which is equal to 16 into 25 over 9. So we can find, after taking a positive square root on one side, we can find x is equal to 20 upon 3. So using the such type of method, we can solve the geometrical problems. So let you can solve such example from the exercise 10.2. There are given some examples. Question number 1 to 3 are so easy to you can find all the sum. Let you try it by yourself, and if you have any doubt, then you can discuss it with me.